When creativity's overflowing, it sometimes works hard without you knowing. So here's some memories that probably never happened.
Guys. My Imaginosphere is so powerful. It can create ideas and thoughts that are so full of life and detail that my poor old brain can't differentiate between conjurings and real memories. So I've got a lot of memories in my head of stories that, in all likelihood, probably never happened. And I would love to exorcise one of those today by telling you a story. Nana Hobbob, immediately, what kind of Jason Statham will we get this week? No Jason Stathams this week. This is, and I hate to disappoint any of you, this will be a Stathamless memory segment, okay? Okay, so there's a little bit of preamble to this. So basically, the backstory to this story is that I was once on TV, and I was getting pranked. It was a prank show, and I went on TV and I got pranked by rigging up a car that I was driving with a remote, so that I wasn't actually in control of the car. The car malfunctioned, and I soiled myself, though not to the degree that other people knew on the day. So I wanted to get my own back. Who was presenting this show? It was Ant and Dec. Okay, so for the Americans in the audience, who may not know who Ant and Dec are, they are in many ways the kings of light entertainment, absolute titans of Saturday evening television in the UK. They had this prank show. They pranked me, and I soiled myself, and I wasn't very happy with it. So I wanted to get my own back, okay? Because on the day they were kind of gloating a little bit, and I found I had to, make a brave face of it, and I like to see the joy in certain things, but they were a little bit. Ant, the one at the back, was like, "Dec, man, we got him, man," and then Dec, who's the one in front, was basically saying stuff like, "We have pranked you successfully and made you look like a fool on national television because we are the kings of light entertainment and we can do whatever we want, like have ice cream for dinner or wear dress-up costumes when it's not even Halloween or nothing." So as obviously I wanted to get my own back. I knew that Carson Daly, fabulous. Add Carson Daly in there as well. So Daly, Cruz, Ripper, Seacrest. All in one, mix them, electric blender, take your resulting mixture, split it in two, here's Ant, here's Dec, okay? That's where we are. There's where we are. So I knew that Ant and Dec love fun fairs, so I organised a fun fair near their homes. So I could control, and this was a set-up fun fair that I could control every aspect of. So I had rigged myself up with a fake nose and glasses that they didn't even know it was me. And I kind of hung around, to see how they were enjoying things. The guns in the shooting gallery had like skewed sights on them, like little pranks like that. The bumper cars all had wet seats, so it looked like you had an accident out of your bum. And the candy floss, or cotton candy, was laced with a mild emetic, which would ensure that they'd be vomiting the night away when they got home that night. Now, all of that obviously sounds terrible, but I knew they loved fun fairs so much that it wouldn't put them off too much. Ant was like, "Dec, man, fun fair, man." And then Dec was like, "Even though I'm very disappointed to not have one on the shooting range because I'm quite handy with a gun both in real life and when I play Time Crisis in the arcades. I'm having a canny time." These are Geordies, and canny means good. Okay? It's Geordie for good. I made sure that they won on the ring toss, and they received a giant green stuffed dinosaur toy, which they proudly held aloft for the rest of the night, having an absolutely fantastic time. "Dec, man, dinosaur man," that kind of thing. And Dec then said, "Even if you hadn't won, we could have just told the carnival man to give it to us, and he would have had to give it to us, because we are the kings of light entertainment, but it's better overall that you won it fair and square." But the pièce de résistance, guys, the pièce de résistance to this funfair carnival ride was the Ferris wheel. They got on, as I knew they would, and the Ferris wheel went round. They were having an absolutely fantastic time. But then there was a technical issue, which wasn't that at all, but it was all part of my plan, which basically stopped the Ferris wheel when the lads were stuck. They were right at the top. Deck, man! Oh my God, we're high up, man! I can't believe there's a technical issue when we are on the Ferris wheel. Us and Deck. Don't they know that we are the undisputed kings of light entertainment? What the heck do they think they're playing at? It was they were really cheesed off, and it's then that I unleashed my secret weapon. Diarrheal seagulls. They were trained to poop on big green dinosaurs. But who would have a big green dinosaur? That's right. Ant and Dec had a big green dinosaur that I had, prearranged beforehand. So these seagulls just let rip all over them. The actors, who were in the other cars, were warned ahead of time. They were provided with umbrellas and appropriately compensated for their ordeal, which still would have been very unpleasant. But Ant and Dec, they got it bad, absolutely covered in bird poop. It did go a little bit beyond what I was anticipating. Unfortunately, at one point, one bird dropping went into Dec's mouth. And he threw up all over his lap. And Ant has a little bit of an issue with vomit. He was like, Dec, man, you vomited, man. So he tried to escape by actually climbing down the Ferris wheel. But as he was climbing down, there was another fresh poop on the Ferris wheel. He actually fell off the Ferris wheel about 14 feet down onto the floor. And he broke both his legs and one of his shoulders. And that kind of made it a bit more serious than I was anticipating. So then when I pulled off the nose and the glasses to reveal the prank, they actually didn't take it that well. Ant was just kind of on the floor. Dec, man, I'm broken, man. And Dec, very angry, got in my face. He's looking up because he's a little chap. Because of this bird, Todd, that I have ingested, it's likely that I'm going to have a very poorly tummy. How dare you pull a prank on the Kings of Light Entertainment? That's like pulling a prank on John McClane from Die Hard or Allah from Islam. We shall never forgive this, you absolute shower. And they stormed off. So it was going well until it wasn't. So, swings and roundabouts. The reality of it is it probably didn't happen at all because I have heard Ant McPartland does have a fear of heights. So I think the Ferris wheel thing just wouldn't have happened unless, of course, he'd had a couple of shandies. So that's my story. That's my story of Ant and Dec being pranked by me and not taking it particularly well. Let's see what some of the comments we've got here. Those boys used to be Saturday Kids TV too. Yeah, they have really ruled UK TV. I mean, they are the Kings of Light Entertainment, the undisputed Kings of Light Entertainment, and have been for many years. Sounds a bit like Sarah Millican. Well, she is also a Geordie, SJ Beck 72, so I'll take that as a compliment. Killer Kilch, if Gosling and Timberlake did Disney, then Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, I suppose so. They are very much the Gosling and Timberlake of the UK, which I think is to the UK's credit. Great accents, thank you so much, TB. Sounds like an episode of Biker Grove. Yeah, it was kind of in that realm, certainly hijinks wise. Seagulls, that's interesting. Yeah, well, Time Warner official, thank you so much. A bit of a traumatic memory that probably never happened. Yeah, it's interesting what the Imaginosphere comes up with, isn't it? Well, thank you very much for allowing me to exorcise that memory, guys. Something tells me that won't be the last we've heard of Ant and Dec. Let's see.